Students sat an examination. Their results were 40, 30, 50, 35, and 70. What is the mean average of their results? Let's go to the board. So if we are going to add, we could set it out like this. Add our ones column, all the zeros and 5, 5. 7 and 3, 10. 10 and 5, 15. 15 and 7, I'm getting 22. So we'll now divide this value by 5, since there were 5 values. Five into 22 goes 4 times, so that would be 20. 2 is left. 5 into 25 goes 5. So our answer is, that's our answer up there, 45. We'll be looking at another example. It's on the screen. This is a stage 2 question. 10 people were asked to rate a new film out of 10. Their ratings were, and it's on the board, 6, 6, 5, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 5, and 6. The mean average rating for the new film is, now remember we said that the mean average, you total the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. So we will be dividing by 10. Let's do the calculations for the addition on the board. So I have the numbers on the board already. Let's check. 6, 6, 5, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6. So we're going to add. Now, how I usually do my addition is see if I can make 10. So I'm going to look for values that will make 10. So that's this 6 and this 4, that's 10. And 10, 20, 30. So I'm already at 30. So my answer is 30 already. And then I have some other numbers. 30 and 6 will give me 36. So let me add the rest of it now. So that's a 6, that 6, and that 3, and that 5 that is left. So let's see if we can do this part now. So we have 6, I think it was a 6, 3, and 5. So let's go with this now. So that is 5 and 3, 8. 8 and 6, 14. 14 and 6, 20. Carry my 2. So that makes 50. Do you agree with that calculations? Or we could add them 5 and 6, 11, and I don't know what that plus 6. I prefer to make 10. So it is now 50 divided by, and I had 10 values. I can do that in my head. 50 divided by 10 is 5. Okay? All right, so we're back on the board. 50 divided by 10. Do you see your answer? Okay. Let's take another question. This is a stage 3 question. The table shows the number of advanced bookings in a restaurant. What is the average mean number of the bookings? Okay. So let's go to the board and do our calculations. Can I make some 10s? Okay. Maybe I could make 10, 6 and 4, 10. Okay, not much more to make there. So let's continue then. 6 and 4, 10, and 4, 14, and 5, 19. So I'm ticking off the ones that I've done. 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, 2 and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. All right. So it would be 1, 12, and there were 7 values. 7 divided by 11 would give me 1 set of 7. How many is left? 4. 7 into 42, 6 times. So my answer is 16. Okay? All right, back on the screen. Do you see your answer? 16. Okay, now let us look at this question. It is a stage 3 question. It's a little bit different from the ones we have done so far. You can have a read as I clean the board. A basketball team averages 98 points in its first 3 games. How many points must the team score in the next game in order to have 100-point average in all? Okay, so this one we are using averages, the mean average, in a unique way. We are not trying to find the average, we know the averages. So let's start. The first information we have is that the 3-game average is 98 points. And then for the 4-game, 3 games. 4 games, the average is, sorry, that is an IS, is 100 points. Okay? We know that, so if we are on the board, we know that the average, so we're doing the 3-game, the average is 98 points. How do we get our average? You first need to total. And then divide by the number of games. And there were 3 games. Okay? So we now want to figure out what was our total before we divided by 3. The total would have been 3 times the 98. Because as you can see, that will cancel back to get us our 98. Are we okay with that? So our average would have been 98 times 3. So let's do our 98 times 3. Okay, we need to do our calculations. Remember, no calculators are allowed in the exam. 3 times 8, 24. Take 2 to the tens line. 3 9s, 27, and 2, 29. So here we go. The total would be 294, and if we divided that by 3, we would get back our 98, right? So we are sure that that is true. Now let's move on to get to the 4-game. Okay, the average, they told us was 100. The same situation, it would be the total divided by now 4, because there were now 4 games. So how could we determine the total? The total would have been the average, which is it's now 100. Let me clean that up. 100 dividing by 4 would give me what I need, but I would have had 4 times that so that I could cancel to get my value. So let's start again. 3-game average, 98. 4-game average, 100 points. So if the 3-game average is 98 points, then to get my average, I would have needed a total, which I divided by 3. That total would be 98 times 3, so that I could divide to get back my 98. So I'm doing the same thing with my 100, right? So then, what would be the total? The total, clearly, is 400. The total is 400. So what was the question again? The question is, how much do I need to score in this last game in order to make my average now 100 points? So far, for 3 games, my total is 294. And for 4 games, it is now 400. So the difference would be the number for the last game. So let's go. 4 from 0, can't. So I will need to go all the way over here. I now have 300. I take the 300 and make 10 sets of 10. I am taking 1 set of 10, so I'm left with 9 sets of 10. And then I now have 10 ones. 4 from 10 gives me 6. 9, take 9, 0. 3, take 2, 1. Okay? So let's go back to the screen to look at the solution. Starting on the left below the question, the mean is 98 for the 3 games. So therefore, to multiply by 3 to get back what I started with as my total is 294. The solution continues. On the other column, the new mean, using a similar approach, would therefore be 400. Therefore, the next game score would be to subtract, which would give us 106. Okay? Here's a question. It's also a stage 3 question, slightly different. People are making cake decorations and were asked to count the number of items they made each hour for 30 hours. They then had to divide, hint, hint, the total number of items made for the 30 hours to work out the average. What type of average do you think this is? Yes, it is the mean.